What is up, you guys? My name is Brianna, and today I'm going to share with you guys how to get this really fun dark purple smoky eye with like a little pop of blue to it using one of my all-time favorite Morphe palettes, and that is the 39S Such a Gem palette. And if you're not new to my channel, you know how obsessed I am with this palette. Like literally, it is a purple fantasy. And if you'd like to see any of the other looks I have done using this palette or my original review on it, I'll have it linked in the description box down below for you. But before I show you guys how to get this look right here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page, it is @BriannaFaye. So first things first, before we jump into doing the look, we gotta prime our eyelids first, and I'm just gonna use my ABH eye primer. I got too much. It's like running. I can feel it. Oh, you know what I did is I accidentally stored it wrong. I stored it like the tip downwards, and that's what she said. But like, it's just, don't do that. Like if you have this primer, always store it this way so the tip, like the spout, is facing like the ceiling, because otherwise it gets everywhere. And I'm just gonna start blending this out using a, what are you, a Luxie 209 large shader brush. See what I mean though? Like I got way too much. I feel like I'm doing like body paint right now. But oh my gosh, like I even got it in my eyelashes. Like, how did that even happen? This morning when I woke up, I had the biggest zit right here above my Cupid's bow. Like, what is up with that? But like every time I talk right now, like I can feel it and it is so annoying. But the first shade that we are going to be going in with out of this palette is this kind of like grayish pinky shade called Posh Boss. And I'm just going to be popping this baby right into my crease using this Profusion pointed crease eyeshadow brush. I really like Profusion brushes. I need to try out more of them because they're really nice quality. Once you have this shadow popped into your crease, I'm just going to start doing these little tiny circular motions to help blend it upwards towards my brow. And I'm also using it to round out my outer V. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just in a really chatty mood, but I'm just going to start building up this color and getting it to look like it does in the pan. Like, I want it super, super intense, but like this color is beautiful. Like seriously, like why did I stop using this palette? Well, I know why I had to stop using it. Is because it was literally the only thing I wanted to use for a hot minute. So I was like, you know what, I gotta put this away and try new things. But now I'm kicking myself for not taking it out sooner. I kind of forgot like how awkward it is holding this palette up just because it's so big. But the next shade that we are going to be going in with is the deepest purple matte in here, and it's kind of like a royal purple, and that is called Make It Rain. And then using that Morphe M433 blending brush, I'm just going to be applying that right into my crease, and then doing these little tiny circular motions to blend that into that gray. I'm also using it to round out my outer V. You know what, maybe we'll do a halo style today, so I'm going to round out the inner third of my eye as well. I'm kind of packing this purple onto my lid ever so slightly. Those are really cool together. They kind of have like a smoky purple kind of look to them. But this Make It Rain shade is one of my favorites in this palette, because it's really hard to find nice quality purples that are this color, because a lot of times they give you harsh lines, they can have really chunky pigmentation, or they're just really hard to blend out. But this one is just such an effortless one. So I'm just going to start building up this purple ever so slightly, and then blending it into that gray. Because I do want the purple to be really prominent with this look, and then I kind of want to blend into that gray color. Now listen, normally I would go in with like the tiniest bit of black shadow just to really deepen up that crease and get it extra defined. But honestly, I really like how it's turning out so far, and I love the definition that we already have. So I think I'm going to leave it this time. So off camera, I'm just going to quickly cut my crease using that ABH eye primer that we used earlier. And remember, we are going to be doing a halo style today. So after cutting the crease, you can kind of see we have this little harsh line right here, and we need to get rid of it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that Make It Rain shade on that Morphe M433 brush that we use. And I'm taking the flatter side, since it is a pinch blending brush, and I'm just going to be packing it right on that harsh line. And once you have it packed on that harsh line, I'm just going to start feathering it inwards. And this will help us blend in the lid shade in a second. And you want to do the exact same thing for the inner third of your lid as well. So once you have those edges all nice and blended out, now we're going to start working on the center portion of our lid. And the shade that we are going to be going in with is seriously one of my favorites in this palette. It literally looks like liquid silver, and that is this beautiful shade called Shiny Object. So using a damp and flat shader brush, I'm just going to be tapping this on the edges of the purple. And again, when we are doing this, we do want a little bit of a gap right here in the center, because we are going to be applying a different shade there in a second. But this is going to help us feather that purple into that center shade. But like it just looks so cool in the eyes. Like this palette has like the coolest shimmers in it. And then once you have that silver where you want it to be, I'm gonna slightly feather it into that dark purple, just to help get a really nice gradient effect. Now for the center of the lid, you could use something out of the palette, but I really want to go in with this eye topper from Milani. It is in the shade Lollapalooza, and I don't know why, but I struggle so much saying that. Like, I want to say you see what I mean? Like, I can't say it. Like, now I'm actually saying it properly, but I can't say it the way I normally say it. Like, you can see, like, it's a struggle. And then just using the applicator that is on it, I'm just going to be popping that right in the center of our lid. And I'm slightly overlapping it with that silver shade. Oh man, like that looks so cool. I don't know about you guys, but I love these Milani eye toppers. Like they look so pretty on the eyes. I definitely need to pick more of them up next time I'm at this store. I keep on forgetting. Because I go down the makeup aisle and it's like, I don't remember what I was going to get, and then I see all the pretty things. I don't know why I struggle with this one. The other ones, in my opinion, work a little bit better from this collection. But this one, when you try to tap it out, it just kind of like lifts in a certain way. It looks so pretty on the eyes, but you just have to kind of like keep on layering it up. It's a little frustrating. I'll show you guys what I mean up close, but you can kind of see like right here is where it's like lifting. And I don't know what is up with that because I use the other ones from this collection and they don't do it. It's just this one, which is really frustrating because this one's my favorite. I'm going to try applying it with a brush, and I'm going to go in with this one from Luxie. It is a 246 Precision Crease Brush. I'm going to see if this makes a difference. If I use the right side of the brush that has the product. Oh yeah, like the brush is making a difference. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just going on a lot easier. I don't know what was up with it before, but now it's applying a lot better. So if you get this shade, definitely want to either use your finger or a brush when you apply it. So now we're going to go in with liquid liner, and I want to go in with this one from NYX. It is the Epic Wear Waterproof Face and Body Liquid Liner. I've used the formula before, but I haven't used this color, and this one is in the shade Stone Fox, and it's this really cool, like, grayish color. I've never seen anything like it before. And then for mascara today, I'm just going to go in with one of my drugstore favorites, and this is the brand new Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift. I love this mascara because it gives my lashes volume without making them look spidery. And then for lashes today, I'm just going to use these ones from Morphe. I have been so obsessed with them recently, and they're in the style Yas Queen. So for face primer today, I'm just going to go in with this one from NYX. It is the Bare With Me Daily Moisturizing Primer. I really like this one because it kind of feels like a face lotion, and it just feels really lightweight on the skin. So for foundation today, we're going to be using one of my all-time favorites, and that is the Born to Glow from NYX in the shade Light Porcelain. But instead of using my normal sponge, I really want to try out this one called the Super Sponge. I've never used it before. And here's the outer casing to it, and then here's the sponge itself. And I gotta say, I love the color of it. It is so pretty. But what makes this one really unique is that this darker part right here on the sponge is dipped in silicone, and then this bottom part right here is like a normal blending sponge. I've honestly never used a silicone sponge before, so I'm really curious to see how this one's gonna work out. But I will say, as like a first impressions basis, this sponge is so soft. It kind of feels like cloud foam in a way, if you know what I'm talking about. It's just like super soft and plushy. And I don't know why I was thinking this like silicone bit was gonna be super thick and kind of hard in texture, but it definitely is not. Like it literally feels like a kind of like a piece of foam. So since I've never used this before, I put a little bit of the foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna dip the silicone side into it. And I guess let's see what happens. Ooh, that is giving me coverage. Now the biggest thing that really draws me into silicone sponges is that they don't absorb as much product. And I do like that this one has like the normal sponge side, because that's a reason why I don't go in with silicone, is because I feel like it's not gonna melt into the skin. But I think it's really cool that this one has two options to it, so you can apply it with the silicone side and then buff out the edges and get it like really melted into the skin with the other end. But man, like look at how that looks. Like she's actually melted into the skin. Like I haven't even used the like sponge side of it, I guess. I've only used the silicone side. And it's just really applying it well. And another thing I've noticed is that I haven't had to use as much foundation when using this sponge. Like it seems like I'm using maybe like a third of what I normally would, Because you can see, like, on the back of my hand, I still have a bunch left, and I haven't even done the rest of my face. I'm just so impressed with how little I am using of product. Like, I'm using probably a fourth of what I normally do. Like, you guys know how much foundation I use if you watch my videos. But, man, like, I'm just a little shook right now. And it also seems like I'm getting a little bit more coverage, too. Which I am not mad about at all. Like, the more coverage I can get on this foundation, the better. But I think the true test is going to be how it works with, like, my cream contour as well as with my concealer. But with foundation so far, I would definitely use this again. And I'm just going to apply my cream contour, which is the Fenty Matchstick in Amber. And I'm really curious to see how this sponge is going to work blending this out. And then using a different side of that sponge, I'm going to start blending out this contour. And when I do this, I'm going to be doing a stippling motion, and I'm going to be blending it towards my hairline. So far, I feel like it's blending it out pretty nice. I can't tell if it looks splotchy or not, though. You know, let's try the other end, the little, like, sponge side, and not the silicone. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't particularly like it with my contour. Just because I feel like it's making it a little bit too much. And in some ways, it kind of looks splotchy, especially, like, right in here. I mean, it's not bad, though. I feel like there might be, like, a learning curve with it. I might actually have to apply my contour with the sponge and blend it out that way instead of having it already on my face. Because I feel like I'm getting a lot more pigmentation than what I'm normally used to. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's going to make me look a little weird. But I do prefer this side for the cream contour rather than the silicone side. Yeah, the more that I blended it out, it's not terrible with cream contour, but it's not my favorite because in certain spots it kind of looks a little splotchy. But I do want to try it out next time applying it with a sponge and blending it out with the other side. Maybe I'd get a little bit better of an experience with it. But now we're going to jump into doing concealer, and I'm just going to use Tarte Shape Tape in the shade 8B Porcelain Beige. Then using the side that we used to blend out the foundation, I'm just going to start blending out this concealer. Oh yeah, like, it is giving me so much coverage. Because, I mean, like, look at my under eye. Like, it looks fantastic. And, like, Shape Tape is a really full coverage concealer, but I feel like it's giving me more coverage than what I normally get with it. Now, one thing I'm really curious about with this sponge is that if we can set our face using loose powder, and I'm going to use this one from Maybelline. It is the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair 05. I did look on their website, though, to see if you can use powder products with this sponge. But you know what, let's try it out anyways, because when I use a sponge, I do set my face with it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that powder on the silicone side, and let's see what happens. I think it's working though. Do you guys see? Like, it doesn't look funny. And it's not getting it splotchy either. It looks just really nice. And then I'm just going to hit the rest of my face with it too, but man, like, my skin looks really good right now. I will say though, I don't think that this product works that well around my nose. Because I can kind of see it looks a little textured and cakey. But again, I don't know if it's my skin acting up or not. Like, it's even applying the loose powder really evenly. Like, it doesn't look funny on my face at all. And it's also not caking it either. So for bronzer today, I'm going to go in with this one from Anastasia. Recently, I have been trying it out. And this is the powder bronzer in this shade Rosewood. I've been using it the last couple of days, and I just love how it looks on the skin. And I'm applying it with this Sigma F20 brush, and it's like a pinched powder brush. And I'm just doing it on the perimeter of my face. Anywhere that we apply that Fenty Matchstick, just to help bring a little bit more color back to our face. When I apply it, I like to use really light layers of it, just to help get a really nice seamless blend and to get a little bit more control. So once the face is all nice and bronzed, now we're going to go in with liquid lipstick just to get a little bit of balance with this look. And I really want to go in with this one from Dosa Colors. I don't have the newer packaging, but this one is in the shade Stone. I always forget how much I love this lipstick until I put it on. It's just such a pretty color. But now we're going to start working on the lower lash line, and I'm first going to line my waterline using this Dark Side liner from Anastasia. And I'm just going to line the waterline and then slightly bring it downwards, just a little bit. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this shade called Grape Mines. We didn't use it yet, on this tiny little Morphe blending brush on the Holiday Eye Set. And I'm just going to use it to help smoke down that lower lash line. So now we're going to be doing the inner corner highlight, which you guys know is my favorite part. And the shade that we are going to be going in with is this really pretty icy shimmery shade called Perfection. Then using this Moda Brush's little pencil brush, I'm going to be packing the shade out of this into my inner corner. And I'm also going to be bringing it underneath the inner tear duct area to open up the eye. You know, at first I thought this was going to look a little too gold, but honestly I think it looks super icy. Like, I love it. It is super blinding too. So for blush, I'm going to go in with this one from Ciate. It is the Marble Light Blush in the shade Dusk. I haven't used it in a hot minute, but it's one of my favorites. And I'm just going to start stippling it onto my cheek using this BH Cosmetics No. 5 brush out of the Marble Luxe set. And I'm not going crazy with the blush either. I just want enough where I get some balance with the look. Like, I want enough blush where you see it, but I don't want to have like super blushy cheeks, if you know what I mean. I just want like a little hint of color. And last but not least, for highlighter today, I'm going to go in with this one from Ofra. I haven't used it in a hot minute, but this one used to be my all-time favorite. And this one's in the shade Pillow Talk, and it's kind of like a pink champagne shade. And then using this Kaleidos highlighting brush, I'm just going to be stippling it right on top of my cheekbone. Oh yeah, like this highlight is so pretty. Like, it is like the perfect icy shade, and I love that it has like a little hint of pink to it. It's just a really gorgeous highlight. So here is the finished look using the Morphe 39S Such a Gem palette, and I don't know about you guys, but I love how this turned out. Like, you guys know though, I am a huge sucker for purple, and if we can do a dark smoky purple look, like, I'm always so obsessed with it. And what I like about it though is that we did like grayish purple on the outer edges, and then we have like this little hint of like a bluish kind of like grayish shimmer on the lid, and I think it just looks super sick together. I mean, like, seriously though, like, look at that sheen. Like, it just has such a cool effect to it. But in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know if you'd like to see more looks using this palette, because if you guys would like to see them, I'd be happy to film them for you guys. But as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page, it is @BriannaFaye. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!